confines of either parliament or cabinet. I think that would be something that perhaps would be worthy of a national referendum, if at all. But the purpose of that, of course, is to continually take the power away from the people, the direct power away from the people, because one of the highest moments of our political calendar has been the elections that happen every 5 years. Now, if those elections are just for members of parliament, and after that there is no interest whatsoever, it's up to the members of parliament to select a president, then that means that democracy has been taken away from us in a certain way. And now I want to make this clear that they are not suggesting what I call a parliamentary system, which is in so many countries, the UK, South Africa, Israel, and so on. That's different. What they are saying is parliament actually elects the president. And now that, of course, is intended. It comes at the time when somebody whom we know the president has been trying to project as the next president, his son, says he's not standing. The purpose of that, of course, is they go, the father stands, in his mind cheats another election, then goes, and then the 12th parliament, which is the next parliament, has the power to elect a president in case, number one, something happens to the sitting president, or number two, in case the president goes the full term and decides not to stand again, then parliament can, Of course, all that is happening because they try to take that boy through, not boy really, he's a man, but sometimes behaves like a boy, but through, to popularize him across the country. And it failed. It totally failed. They used all the resources, Balaam and all that. It failed completely. So now they realize the only way that it can actually happen is by limiting the sample space of people who are going to be electing. And of course, that means that they can use all the national resources and all the resources that they have stolen throughout the years. And a parliament of 537 people, I believe next time it might be slightly more than that because of the cities that are coming to be operational, is easier to handle than 45 million Ugandans, or let's say 25 million people who are above 18 and who are, of eligible age. So now this is where the thing is. So now the whole idea is about transition. How do they transit from father to son? And this is what they are coming up with. But I know it's going to be easy for the parliament, for the next parliament to decide that that's the best method, because that means that parliamentarians suddenly have a lot of power, and therefore they can make a lot of money because they're the ones who are going to decide the president. So it might be popular in their circles, but it's not going to be popular in the circles of Ugandans. So now here is where the problem is, and now I want people to get involved in the things that really matter, in the civic matters that really matter, because what happens politically on all the talk shows and everywhere, people are talking about inconsequential things. Yes, the future of this country is being decided by a few compromised, corrupt individuals who think that they have the divine right to be in power forever and to pass on power to their lineage and so on. So that's what I'm here to talk about. So I'm calling upon Ugandans to make this a subject of discussion in a way that it is not easy for them for power to be taken away from the people. Because this is classic example of power being taken away from the people. Of course, you can say the people are the ones who elect the MPs and so on. But we have lived through a time when all throughout the people at least look forward to 5 years when they can elect a leader of their choice. Now, those elections have not been credible, and there has been a lot of fraud, they have been fraught with a lot of, cheating and so on. But at least it provided some sort of cover for people to have a semblance of democracy. But now even that small semblance of democracy is being taken away from us. And what is sad is people are just quiet and are waiting for it to be proposed, and then it goes. I've spoken about it before. This is what they are planning to do. I've been speaking about it for months. They are planning to do this, but nobody is saying anything about it. And I find that very, very sad, because we are supposed to be coming out, because we are in a scenario where we have a president who in next 2026 will have ruled for 40 years. who is claims to be 80, but is anything between 80 and 90. And so we have to deal with the issues of mortality. So we have to start planning for this country post-Museveni. Now that is something that is so difficult for so many people to even conceptualize, much less to put into practice. But we have to start planning for Uganda post-Museveni. The only person who apparently is planning for Uganda after Museveni is Museveni. And now that is very sad, because we have almost as if left the reins of power to him. Do whatever you want. We shall sit here and be in opposition and quarrel and argue and be angry and so on for another how many years? I don't know what is, you know. And now that's not how we are going to handle this. I am telling you, this is going to be a very contentious issue, and I intend to make it so.